Alright, alright, here it is. All the parts now painted in a tannish color, as you can see here. Here are all the green parts turned into tan. I decided to paint the weaponry using this Titan's Blue 1. Black seemed okay, but I don't, after reviewing it, I think maybe black is not appropriate. So I used that. There are the orange parts here at the top. I have the leftover smaller parts here on the tray here. Not to mention some of the charcoal parts, or the gray parts, that I have here on the tray. But here it is. All the parts now done. And I I top coated them. But I didn't use my standard top coat spray can because I ran out. I had a can of Mr. Super Clear gloss, which I had only very little bit of it left. I have also the other top coats, but they're all flat. The one that I just recently purchased, what somebody asked me what it was this. This was the premium top coat flat. That is what I want to put on after I'm done with what I have to do. But for me to put decals on it, I want to gloss it up. Now what I did was, and I actually put it away. I had the Mr. Color clear gloss, and I applied it onto this kit. Make sure there's a shine to it. I don't know if you guys can see it here. You see? There's the shiny. I don't know if you can see. No, there's no reflection, of course. But it's there. It's there. Kind of made a little bit of a mistake, because when you spray paint gloss on these parts, and I've seen this happen on another top coat gloss paint, which was the Yellow Clad, the clear coat. It is a bit sticky. It feels like you got to let it dry. Make sure there's a lot of ventilation and let it dry for at least a good 24 hours. And make sure nothing is touching it. I accidentally had this part touching another part, and even though it didn't affect the other part, it took a little bit off the paint. So I had to end up sanding it down, the area that was affected, re-priming it, repainting it, and you can barely see the damage. Was it this one or this one? No, it was like right there. You can barely see it. It was like right there. But now everything's cool. I retouched up it again, and I'm reviewing each part. The one thing, when you spray paint, sometimes you miss something, and I now see a few parts that I missed. Most notably, even though the shield came out beautiful, there's a hint of green there. You can barely see it, but it's there, and that's going to annoy me. Same holds true with this plate here. And even though you see it's completely tanned up, if you zoom in right there, that little edge right there, there's a little bit of green there, and I think a little bit of there. So that's going to annoy me, especially. I could probably get away with this by actually doing, hiding it with a panel lining. But I don't want it to be too obvious where I have to panel line the whole thing to a point where it's obnoxious. Fortunately, what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably take the paint. I still have a little bit left over. Just drop a few drops of paint in the paint reservoir, and maybe about a drop or so of thinner. So just a little bit there. Bring the pressure down very low, and just spray it on the area that I missed. Like here's another one that I see here. It's like right there on that little leading edge there. You can't see it, but you gotta look close. Gotta think about this though. I'm bringing this to a show for competition to see if I win, and the judges will look very close. So like right now I see like some sort of faded green there, and that's showing through. That I got to take care of as well. So it's not a big issue, just some minor touch-ups, you know, little ones here and there. Going to the charcoal parts, I had a little bit left over of the Titan's blue color in my reservoir, so I took out the masking tape and I touched up the bottom part here, here, and here. And after reviewing this, because I had to look at the Type D General Revels unit, there's no orange in the toots, in the foots, in the footies, sorry, in where the little groove is. So I said, you know what, I'm going to paint this that color, so it shows like there. Same holds true with this one with the shield. I made a little detail there. Didn't feel like messing up this one as well. And I'm actually going to be using one of the vents that will go in between here and here. I may end up doing another touch-up someplace else, but the problem is that you don't see that much here that you can touch up on. Just reviewing some more parts here. I am noticing something else, and well, this goes back to the thrusters. So here's the backpack, and then this one goes here. All right. Then we take this and we stick it there. But then, luckily, I painted the inside of this, but it doesn't look nice once it goes through. I haven't pushed it in yet. I'm going to do that in a moment. But I do have the effect parts, the photo-etched parts, and I think maybe I can stick one in there. I don't know if I have one in this diameter to put it in, but I will try. I will try. I'm actually relatively pleased with the results that I see here. It came out really nice, very clean, and now I am going to now begin assembling it. But first, let's work with a little bit of photo-etched parts, if you don't mind. Okie dokie. So, we're going to use these as examples to put on the photo-etched parts. Now, I had to make sure that I had the right number of amount of photo-etched parts to use on this kit. I know for the bottom on the legs, around the bottom, these right here, I need about 12. And as for the feet, like the big feet, because I actually, let's see, I had 12 from the bottom. I know I needed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the foot. But I'm not these are the legs, the foot, and I think I use this one here. So that's one here and one here. So that's 2 and 4. And I think I have another set around there. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8. Okay. So pattern-wise, I have 12 of these. Sorry, 24 of these. But I have another set. Now, if you look at these have 2 notches, one on the top, one on the bottom, and then the one here on the top has 1 single notch. I'm putting the 2 on the bottom, and these will be up in the other areas of the legs. If I feel like opening up another pack, I'll do that, just so it, you know, be consistent. But I'll do variations. This is for the 3mm ones, which is these. These are 3mm, and these are 2mm. I wish I could have had like in between, like for 1.5 or 2.5 millimeters or 3.5. Well, unfortunately, the cutter bits were designed for the even numbers. It'd be nice to see cutter bits for like half sizes. Maybe you could always use like a cutter bit for 3 millimeters and put a 2.5 millimeter inside, but it'll look a little weird. I know there's another product out there. I haven't seen it yet, and I know somebody's going to tell me what it is. But for now, we're going to use this. For now, we're going to use this. Now, here in this little piece of wood, paper, cardboard. I have the photo etch parts already lined up. These are the 3 and here are the 2. I'm going to use Gorilla Glue, gel version. Just going to put a little bit there for now. And I'm going to use a toothpick. I'm going to take a little dab and put it in there, just a tap. If you feel like you put a little too much, just try to get a little bit off. I think that should be good enough. I forgot to put my magnifying glass on because I'm an old man. Now I have to see the angle here because I did put this in specific angles. Like here's examples there. So this will go right there. There it is. Perfect. Let's do the other one. Ooh, that's a lot. I have one of those precision toothpicks. Not toothpicks, oh, what do you call it? The one, swabs, cotton swabs. I could use it on this so I can clean it up. Yeah, that's good. Let's get the other one in here. All you need is a dab. I seen people try to do it with I think it was a needle or something, but just don't know if that will work with this. Come on. So that goes on the inside. There we go. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let's finish this up here. I don't give out shout-outs too much to sites that don't, give me stuff or, but I always order things, and I will give a shout-out to USA Gundam Store for having these type of photo etch parts available to us consumers. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be enjoying things like this. Let's make sure. It's at an angle, so I gotta. Wait a minute. That's pointing that way, so. That goes that. And that needs to turn a little bit more. There we go. I don't know if super glue is the appropriate use for this. I have used Elmer's glue. With some success. So it depends on how you want to do this. There's one thing that I was worried about is losing these little detail parts. I have a hard time losing that goes that way. Losing regular Gundam parts. Losing metallic parts is another issue. Good. There we go. Last one. I don't know if I have enough in there. There we go. Come on, get onto this piece, please. Even if alright, you do it that way. Come on. This is going to be one of those days. Yep, that's good enough. See, one of the paint peeled off, but that's okay. That I can repair with a little bit of wiping out, a little spraying. Okay. That's a lot of work for something like this. But you can't deny the fact that the results look top-notch. Give me some time to finish up putting the rest.